win the Pro Late Model.
Prevailed and takes home the checkers here at Knoxville Raceway.
Checker flag is out for Spangler as they come across the line here.
The 217 coming off of 4. It'll be hit.
Coming there on 3 and 4. Salas gets win number 2 of the night.
Randy Shreves from 19th to victory.
The corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win. It's going to be Shreves getting the win.
He sees the checkered flag win. Give it to William Watson.
Yo, 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 tune in, don't miss Shaggy TV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. To the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here with a little Monday Night Madness at the Grove here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And shame on me. I have no idea. Well, me and Connor were hanging out. Yeah, I do have Connor Ross here with me tonight, hanging out for the Top Notch Trucking 358 Modifieds. But shame on me. I noticed my cameras were wrong. As I was talking to Connor, I was kind of moving some around. I don't know if I accidentally maybe uploaded these from the wrong file, but I don't have that start finish line camera here. I just noticed that I like to have that I set as the stationary camera here for the night. So let me do that really quick. My apologies. What's going on, Connor? You think it's going to be tough or easy race here tonight at the Grove? 24 drivers here registered. Nope, I lied. 25. Dan McLaren just entered the chat here, and that means one driver right now going home.
I think it's going to be tough. Sorry, especially on a track like Williams Grover. The straightaways are very narrow, and the corners are tight. Or the corners are wide, sorry, and the straightaways are... Nah, I'm all backwards. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the setup figured out. The corners are wide, the straightaways are tight. So it does put on great racing, but sometimes it can lead to quite a caution fest, but sometimes it can be one of the best races we've seen.
Well, we're hoping for the latter here. We're hoping for one of the best races we've seen this season. We'll see what we get here. As the checkered flag waves on practice, drivers get set to go out and qualify. Let's see who that first driver on the racetrack will be. Looking like Brandon Templeton here in the 31 machine. B-Temp rolling off here in the 31. Little squirrely there through 3 and 4. Not as perfect as he definitely would have liked, I wouldn't think, but it's something he's going to kind of have to deal with. And like I say, I am not too sure what's going on here, but you guys yell at me in the chat if this, makes it too loud, funk stuff up. I'm going to have to go back to my preset here, but these cameras are off. I've got to Turn that sound up in iRacing. Is the Ant-Man Anthony Morano, lap number 1. He's your quick time with a 20.76. The Ant-Man looking to improve Kenny here, the 32. Always quick here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. He's looking to put it down one more time. Goes around for the final time. Doesn't improve. 0.05 of a second slower. Dino, he's speed 2. What can he do? Oh, he inches closer at 20.77. And we've got an FTM 1, 2, 3 as William Watson joins the party in the 23 machine. Larry Moody coming down the front stretch here for the final time. The 73 of Larry Moody going to be P19 out of 21 drivers that have put in a time. Brett Wazlowski in the 25 machine. He's a new name here for your boy. See what the 25 can do here. Lap number 2. He's not going to get a lap number 2 because we run out of time. Going to have to stick with P9. Connor, P11 here. He may hit a money invert spot. Only time will tell here. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for heat race number 1 here at the Williams Grove Speedway, rounding out the field to 26. The Protege Maverick Seidel. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 8 of Scott Thomason to the inside, the 35 of Harold Klum. Row 3 to the outside, the 83 of the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer to the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 2 to the outside, your quick time in the 32, Anthony Morano to the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens. Row 1 for heat race number 1, top 4 straight to the show. To the outside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton, and starting on the pole, Superman in the 218, Kurt Schatzer. All right, Connor, what are you going to be in heat race number 2 or 3? What'd you draw? Okay, so
P1.
So out of you did draw P1. Well then, I mean, where are your eyes here? Okay, where are you looking? Where are you trying to take notes for your heat race here?
I don't even know. iRacing is screwing me with their setups right now, so give me 1 second here.
We'll do another trip around here, around the long paper clip, and well, it'll give me one more chance here to kind of mess around some things. You guys know I'm never happy. That's a little too zoomed in. We've got to set us up well here for the sprint cars. I mean, this is sprint car territory here, South Central PA. We've got to make it look as good as we can as we roll on through the night.
Who is your pick to win this heat race, Zach?
Well, I mean, I'm not supposed to do that, I don't think. But if you want to put me on the spot here, Connor. Kurt Schatzer. I mean, he's not going to give up the inside here, I don't think. Anthony Morano is going to make up some ground, I believe. But Kurt's going to hold on to this thing. As we roll down the front stretch, the drivers take a look to the Pennsylvania sky. The green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Ooh.
The top side gets a good run there. We're 3 wide for second.
Yeah, we are. Oh, there's contact between Schatzer and Anthony. No, my 2 picks. They're beating on each other, letting the 31 run away. We're 3 wide still for third.
As Schatzer and Templeton have kind of ran away at the front here.
Now Butters looking on the inside. He's trying to get into that 4th and final transfer spot. Oh, the 93 hard shot in the inside wall. And now Butters going to have to start at the tail end of the field here for tonight's B main. And man, that's not where you want to be, Connor. You don't want to have to find yourself clawing, needing to get in the show.
No, you definitely don't want. I'm watching Brandon Dittmer here. He's going to work on this fourth and final transfer spot, but we've got a battle shaping up for the lead here, and that's only letting Anthony Morano slowly catch up.
And Thomas and Klump and Seidel way off the pace. I mean, they're doing their own thing as Klump beats and bangs his way around the 8 of Scott Thomason. Thomason moved up the shelf there. What does he do? Does he swing back to the inside? No, he can't. Thomason right there, not going to let him.
As Templeton is kind of spread out from second and third, and Anthony Morano is going to diamond it on down under Schatzer, and he's looking for second.
Not going to be able to take that peak, though, just yet. Now he's going to swing for it, but he didn't have the momentum, a little too far behind. He's going to try to stay even here as the two run side by side. Oh, Schatzer, did he clip the wall? I believe so. Anthony Morano all clear.
It's kind of one thing here at Williams Grove. If you're the inside car, it puts pressure on the outside car, staying off the car that's on the inside and staying off the wall, and it's tricky as we've almost got a battle for third here.
1 mile left to play here in the clay in Mechanicsburg, PA. Can Brian Dickens hold on to the fourth and final transfer spot? He's going to have to work hard.
Dittmer's hoping he does something here that lets him capitalize.
And you got to think, man, those two running third and fourth, they are teammates. But you wouldn't know it with how hard they're racing here. Coming to the white flag, one more trip around is Brandon Templeton all by himself here under the bridge. Into three.
Snippet.
Oh, boy, he's not going to be able to get there, though, as they roll off of 4. Brandon Templeton wins heat race number 1, followed by the Ant-Man, Superman, Brian Dickens to the A, Dittmer, Klump, Thomason, Seidel, and Butters to the B. Man, these cameras are killing me. I got some work to do here under the warm-up session. I don't have my bridge camera. I don't have any of that. There's no way. So I must have to just go in and load up something. This is one of my favorite racetracks. I mean, I give this place more camera love than anywhere else.
Well, you have to.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and realistically, well, you know, I can say this because I guess I'll work for a rival track, you know. I don't like this place that much, but it's world famous, and, you know, I have to pretend I like it. So row 4.
I have heard that.
Yeah. I mean, row 4 to the outside, the 883 of Bud Molyneux to the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker to the inside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. Row 2 to the outside, the 79 of Dino, Dean Reynolds to the inside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. And row 1 for heat race number 2 to the top shelf, the 390 of Mike Brewer, and starting on the pole, the 035 of Connor Ross. Alrighty, we got to move one more on the fly, though, here, because we've noticed that telephone pole getting in the way here, haven't we?
There's telephone poles out this far in Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fair enough.
No, when you're actually, I mean, not to smart off, and I only know this because I'm in the area. Dude, Mechanicsburg actually kind of populated. I mean, it's right off Route 15, so it gets, like, where I'm at in Gettysburg, way less amount of people live in this area than up where this racetrack is, believe it or not. My brother was one of the people who migrated up to this area, actually. Lives probably like 4 miles away from the racetrack, so we take a look to the sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Connor Ross saw the run the top shelf got in heat race number 1. He's trying to fend it off here. Stays even. Did much better on the bottom. Does he fight to get to the outside? Let's see. He can't. Brewer right there on the door. Gonna make him work here. The 390 should have the lead. He does. He leads lap number 1. Dino joining the party on the outside as Brewer blinks away. Dino thinking about making it 3 wide. They are 3 wide under the bridge. Dino backs out. Connor almost clips that inside wall, trying to give him plenty of room there. Almost paid for it. Gonna fall back to P4 as the 213 of Michael Vitale rolls around. Here comes Jeff Barker, and now Dino looking for the lead. Dean Reynolds not playing around tonight here in that 79, looking to do work. To the inside here in the Mechanicsburg Clay. Dino trying to lead the way. Oh, almost gets into his teammate. They may have touched. If they didn't, it's because Brewer gave him plenty of room. And Dino said, move on over 79 to the point as we approach the halfway. 4 laps left to play. Brewer, he makes his mark on the bottom. Brewer tries to send it in, doesn't do it like this 79 did it though. Made a mistake, he's gonna lose a spot, he blinks away, he comes back. And now Connor, he's gotta be on it here, he's gotta watch out. Nobody likes to be behind that blinking race car. Brewer throws it up, gonna get back in line as the 213 of Michael Vitale. He's got dreams of winning this thing. The 213 takes a peek low, just trying to inject the nose down there, but he had to get on the binders. And now Mike Brewer, does he take advantage? There is a little gap. Maybe thought he was going to throw a slider, but instead looking for the crossover here. Cuts down the racetrack, trying to get the run, can't get it, shuts the door. Doesn't want that 35 to get a run on the top shelf. Brewer knows. I mean, this is 3 starting spots here in the A main. Yes, the top 4 are all in the show, but it's going to be tough to pass here in the A main. Got to get them when you can. And if you can get one, that's 3 spots in the feature as Dino rolls it into 3 for the final time. Michael Vitale just looking to follow. Brewer and him touch. Oh, checkered flag waves. And Brewer gives it back to him there, doing the right thing. Reynolds, Vitale, Brewer, and Ross, your top 4. Stryker, Barker, Molyneux, and Vecchio to the B. Seemed like a tough racetrack out there, Connor.
Yeah, it was. It was fun and racy. Just wish you could run the bottom a little more. Just the 358, it's a lot of momentum.
Well, let's take a look here at the starting grid for our 3rd and final heat race. Rounding out the field, the 051 of Clay Christopherson, which that's going to just get used to that unless Slide Job makes a return back to the racetrack here. Putt. I'm going to shame him. He will just continue to start in the back until somebody challenges him successfully here for a points battle. So let's make sure someone does show up and successfully challenge him, because we don't need Clay starting in the back of every heat race here for the rest of the season. But to his inside, the 73 of Larry Moody. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 88 of Dan McLaren. To the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 2 to the outside, the 23 of William Watson. To the inside, his teammate in the 007, Sam Bachman. And row 1 for heat race number 3 to the top shelf, the newcomer in the 25, Brett Wazlowski. To the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. All right, we'll do one more trip around. How is this pit lane 2? This is the pit lane 2 camera. That's what I accidentally clicked earlier. What does this even mean? What was iRacing thinking? I mean, I almost do want to leave it there, though, if I'm telling you the truth. For the, possible podium shot. That could look good when they park there. But, I mean, that's got to be the only reason they put that camera in here is...
Maybe they were just had a few too many beverages after they were done scanning.
This has me sketched out, though. If that update, replace some of my cameras, that small one. Now I'm gonna have a lot of fishing I need to do. As the drivers roll off of 4 for the final time, Roberts and Weslowski go door to door. The green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 3 is underway.
Roberts gets a good start there, and Bachman does second.
Dan McLaren and Clay Christopherson both go around. McLaren, he had got turned, couldn't tell who did it, but man, Putt-Putt, he just got the bad part of it. And well, Clay, that's what happens when you don't want to qualify. You know it. I'm going to shame you. You deserve it.
Got a great battle for second here as Bachman on the inside, and he pulls away.
Yeah, and you got to think, I mean, obviously second and third right now, Connor, they're teammates. They're not going to race each other too hard. They know what's on the line. I think, if anything, if you're the 23, you're kind of willing the 007. You're telling them you're quicker than Billy. Go do something, and then you try to pick up the scraps.
No, 1,000%. You want to play it conservative now that you're in a transfer spot, but sometimes is that the way to do it?
Oh, and now they're the 007. He made contact with Billy Roberts, and all of a sudden the 23 all over the deck lid. Game plans changed. He goes to the outside. Battle on for P2. 007 going to have to let it drive in deep here. He does. William climbs up the hill, puts the boots on. There's some room up there, but boy, oh boy, it's tough. And the 23 keeps it pinned. He's going to move on by. Here comes Weslowski.
Yeah, Weslowski was loving Bachman running the bottom there in turns 1 and 2. I think Bachman will have second thoughts about going that low.
And he's able to get up and shut the door, but is the damage done here? You got to think, if you're Sam, I mean, your chance at winning this thing all but went away when you fell back to P2. Not enough time for you to get 2 of them here. And now if you're William, I mean, you got to be feeling yourself here, Connor. He is reeling in your leader. And with 2 laps to go, I mean, he's got a mile to get this thing done.
1,000%. He's looking great right now. He's just following the tracks of Billy, but as he's driving it down, he's hoping he can at least drag race him and possibly throw a slider.
And it's all going to be...
backstretch wall here.
Oh, no, Weslowski was in a transfer spot, and now we see him replaced there by Barry Wallace as the white flag waves. William Watson is right there. He takes a peek to the inside. Can't line up, though. And I think he showed him the nose a little too early. Billy going to go to the bottom, protect here. Final time through 3 and 4. The 007 looks to have a run for second, but can't get there. It's Roberts, Watson, Bachman, and Wallace to the A main. Moody, Weslowski, McLaren, and Putt-Putt to the B.
I'm glad that there is a B main because hopefully they push the top up even further and that lets the bottom kind of come around.
Yeah, that's you're not the only one hoping for that, because that is what the 051 is going to need to happen here if he wants to get himself into contention. So let's take a look in this starting, or at this starting lineup, excuse me. Only one car going to go home. We're taking 12. That car that would be going home to start this thing up would be the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. He's got to pass one guy. Who's it going to be? Row 6 to the top shelf, the 051 of Clay Christopherson. To the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 26 of Maverick Seidel. To the inside, the 88 of Dan McLaren. Row 4 to the outside, the 883 of Bud Molyneux. To the low side, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 3 on the top shelf in the 25 is Brett Weslowski. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 35 of Harold Klump. To the bottom, the 73 of Larry Moody. And row 1 for tonight's top-notch trucking, 358 modified B main. To the outside, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker. And starting on the pole, the 83 of the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Brandon Dittmer lapped me last night in the GT3 race, Connor. Now, was it because I had to pull off a lap early when I was in the lead and get off to go broadcast? There's a chance. But let the record show that Dittmer did lap me and win last night.
Dittmer's a threat in any car he drives. He's one of those iRacers that are just, you can hop in an asphalt car, oval, and win, road course, win, probably dirt rally and win.
Everybody did show up. We do have all 13, so it's going to be interesting here. I mean, one mistake, Connor, and that's it. You're going home. So I would think, and, you know, obviously thinking is one thing and them actually doing it is another. But if I am inside of the top 6, I wouldn't care if I passed anyone. Just get me to the A main. But we'll have to see how aggressive some guys choose to get. As we take a look to the PA sky, the green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Your B main is underway.
As there's contact already through the field, and there's some more contact in the back as Bud Molyneux gets helped around.
Yep, in the 883, sitting there, he toes. Good night. There's your top 12, Connor.
I was just thinking, if I was Jason Butterfield starting last, I'd be happy. Just because you can run your race, and you know there's going to be some contact, and all it takes is
we got
one
two
hit.
more. We got two more parked on each other on the front stretch here, and I don't know what they're trying to do. But here come the leaders. There we go, able to turn around. But leaders coming. That's Michael Vecchio on the inside. And now Bud Molyneux, Connor, you hate to, kick a dog when he's down. But, man, if he turns that thing around and continues, he's maybe still in this thing.
Yes, as that's the tough part. You think you're down and out, but iRacing luck, and you're right back in it.
Now we're down to 11 cars on the lead lap. To say not that really matters. If you're Michael Vecchio, you're just worried about finishing in the spot you're in right now. And unless Bud Molyneux, has a rocket ship, I don't think he's going to unlap himself twice and get back around as we watch the battle between Weslowski and the missile here heat up. Mike Stryker on the outside. Weslowski has that 25 rolling on the bottom, and there you said it. Dittmer clips the wall. All of a sudden, Larry Moody, where was he supposed to go? The meat in the sandwich. We are stacking them up here. Jesus, Connor, what is going on?
There is a parking lot in Pennsylvania. In Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, sorry.
And somehow Clay Christopherson, just comes out shining like a whistle here. He's just driving this thing through all the damage. Brandon Dittmer gets in the wall again. And now Clay Christopherson, he's taking a peek underneath the 83. Dittmer's going to have the run, though, off of 2. Not going to be able to do it this time.
I was on Jeff Parker's car. I seen the the rear Nerf bar, the right side Nerf bar, the left side Nerf bar, and the front bumper. And he somehow got it back straight and is in 6th position. And so that was kind of funny to watch. But we've got a great battle here for 4th.
Yeah, we do. Those guys keep going back and forth, back and forth. Clay looking to the inside now. He drove up a little quick there. I was going to run the left rear, but, man, he threw a big move here. 2 laps to go, 1 mile left to play. Can't clear him this time. Brandon Dittmer holding firm on that outside.
Dittmer's had a really fast car. He just got caught the right rear in the wall, and once you come down the front stretch, it's hard to get out of that wall.
Well, the white flag is waving. Brett Weslowski out front here for your top-notch trucking B main. He's got one more trip through 3 and 4. It's smooth sailing for the 25, who picks up tonight's B main win. Stryker, Dittmer, Christopherson, McLaren, Barker, Thomason, Klump, Butterfield, Moody, Seidel, and Vecchio to the B. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
Oh, sorry about letting that run twice here as we get ready to go back. I forgot to warn Connor, too. I'm muting myself in Discord so I can start up my grid music. Good luck, Connor. We wish you the best here, and we do that. We earmuffs. There we go, and we get ready to take a look at tonight's starting lineup where 24 drivers get to go play in the clay here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Let's take a look. Rounding out the field, row 12 to the top shelf, the 147 of Michael Vecchio to the inside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel. Row 11 to the top shelf, the 73 of Larry Moody to the inside, the 93 of Butters Jason Butterfield. Row 10 to the outside, the 35 of Harold Klump to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 9 to the top shelf, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker to the inside, the 88 of Soupy Dan McLaren. Row 8 to the outside, the 051 of Putt Putt Clay Christofferson to the inside, the 83 of the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Row 7 to the top shelf, the 015 of the Missile, Mike Stryker to the inside, the 25 of Brett Weslowski. Row 6 to the outside, the 210 of Barry Wallace to the inside, the 035 of Connor Ross. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 122 of Brian Dickens to the inside, the 007 of the Samaconda, Sam Bachman. Row 4 to the outside, the 390 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 218 of the cape-wearing Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Row 3 to the outside, the 23 of William Watson to the inside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Row 2 to the outside, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. In row 1 for your top-notch trucking, 358 modified A-Main here at the Grove. To the outside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds, and starting on the pole, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton, as the drivers roll off of 4 for the final time. They take a look to the PA sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Your A-Main is underway. 30 laps to play. Right away, Brewer gets some contact, stacking up. Oh, boy, we're going around. Caution flag gonna wave, and, well, that didn't take long for that one. Caution flag flies quick. And hopefully, you know, it's not a trend here, but we saw the way that B-Main was going, and, well, you know, I'm just gonna, you know me, man, I call a spade a spade. I will just say it how it is. This could be something we're going to be in for, but let's take a look here so you can see the original contact. Dickens just drives it in deep, gets into the back of Brewer, and then they are just, I mean, they're racking them up from there. Dittmer, there was nowhere for him to go. He gets run down to the inside barrier. I mean, wild wreck here early. Let's see here. Connor was on the inside. Let's see what kind of view he had. Well, that's not a very good view. It helps when you click the correct camera. You can see he sees the contact up on the outside, kind of initiating. He's one of the first people able to kind of clear through, check himself on the inside, and he actually literally is the first person to make it through. You can see everybody behind him. That is where the checkup started. And, well, Connor, you couldn't have got much luckier there. I don't expect you to answer me while you're racing, but if you want to, you're more than welcome. But, man, that was a good break for the kid.
Yeah, it definitely was. I was just going to text you on Facebook to tell you to unmute me or unmute yourself. But honestly, going back to what you were saying, I didn't even see them wrecking. I was thinking about heading to the top because the guy on my outside didn't get the greatest of a restart. I'm like, I'll just play it easy and go to the bottom. Thankfully, I did, or I would have been wadded up in that. But no, sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you're on the other end of it.
Now, after what we saw there, are you happy with being up on the outside, or would you have rather stayed on the bottom here?
I would have rather, I don't know, because the top you can carry some speed, but I'm waiting for this bottom to come in. That's the way I have it set up, and saying that, it probably won't, but I'll let you know in 10 laps.
Well, let's see when B-Temp decides to drop the hammer here as he hits the loud pedal. We're back underway here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Clean restart, it looks like, for everybody for the most part here. I thought we were going to have a 3 wide there behind Connor, but they wised up and smarted out. Meanwhile, Brandon Templeton, he leads the way. Leaderboard will reset. Clay Christopherson is not your leader. There we go. Cycles through. See, it's an FTM 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 as Sam Bachman looking to go high and wide. Now he pitches down the 099 a little bit. He says, here, take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 FTM. Then we got Billy Roberts and Michael Vitale, both LFM drivers. Leadfoot Mafia, I believe. And Well, they're going to try to crack that code. Not going to be easy here. Going to have to be damn near perfect. You want to break those guys up. Jeff Barker looking on the inside of Harold Klump, the 513, trying to swing away here, but man, that run off the top shelf just so good. You can see there the 35 drives in back the outside, that Vertex Graphics 513 machine. Pull in even. But that's all he can do is pull even, because that 35, he gets the run right back. And advantage Harold Klump as the caution flag waves. And we were kind of following middle back of the pack there. I didn't see anything, but apparently it was Butters, and it was right behind the 513. Okay, that's why. See the 747, they kind of went up the hill a little bit. Butters kept in the loud pedal, slid down a little one more time, got into his teammate there in the 83, or at least friends over there at Venom. Butters gets in the outside wall, tries to tow it, but it's too late. Caution flag flies for the second time. All right. Let's see here. We won't get the 1 to green this time, I don't think.
No. 2 to green.
Yeah, there we go. See? I got Connor in here because I've got a... This is absolutely killing me. I promise here in between... Well, actually, I don't promise you're going to see it. When we go to the next practice, I'm going to have to edit these a little more to my liking. I need a backstretch camera. I can't live my life without one. This has to go up. This right here has to go up. Those fans being in the way are quite the nuisance. So we'll save this really quick. We'll pretend we put the cameraman on a scissor lift there. And actually, I don't know if he can be seen, but man, he's a pretty cool dude. I can't remember his name. He's probably, Pennsylvania's version of Jesus. I mean, people call me Jesus joking around, but the Jesus I've seen and heard about, I doubt he was able to get to 300 pounds in Jerusalem, and I'm pushing near 300, so I seriously doubt you could call me the modern day Jesus. But the cameraman in turns 3 and 4, Connor, he really does look like Jesus. A nice, skinny, slender, 5'9", 5'10", maybe. Probably what it would have been back then. I mean, when he gets up there, dude, Williams Grove, that's another thing. You think they give him a good camera stand? No, it's what people paint on. It's one of those things. It's ridiculous. Is the green flag set to wave? We're back underway. Should have 22 laps left to play. We do. William Watson getting a good run on the outside, trying to battle for second. But the caution flag going to wave one more time. May have been Dan McLaren on this one. We'll have to see here. It says Dan McLaren crashed. And then I click on Dan McLaren, and Dan McLaren is nowhere to be found. So I'm wondering...
disconnected. He's loaded up.
Yep. Okay, so that's why. All right. He just appeared sideways in the middle of turns 1 and 2. There you could see. So that whole time the camera wasn't moving, that's how long he was kind of disappeared. So when he came back, you could see there was nothing anyone else could do. It had already kind of happened. So nothing to blame there, but the internet gods, we can yell at them for that one.
Going back to talking about Jesus in turn 1, I really hope I don't end up seeing him in this race, because one, it will hurt, but in real life, if you see him and he's the first person to the crash scene, you've sent her a little too hard.
Yeah, that's definitely not the person, I mean, that's a good point, actually. That's probably why they gave that guy a camera. They were like, look, no chance in hell you're on the safety crew, brother. You're going to be giving somebody a heart attack. You know, running out there, you're going to be thinking they see Jesus in the fire suit out there. I mean, that would make for a hell of a coma story. You know, you're in the hospital after you're banged up, and you're like, I could have swore Jesus pulled me out of that car. I mean, that would... I'll have to talk to him next time I'm down there in the infield.
I've heard this a few times. You know you've wrecked it pretty good, and you're out of the ballpark when there's a guy with a beer and shorts and flip-flops asking if you're okay, because you know that's not the track worker.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you reckon 3 and 4, you're pretty close to the beer cans. As I wish iRacing would have thrown some of those in. I mean, there's some. You know, we have some Tom Brady's up there in turn 3 and 4 that can get it over the fence. Empty beer can. I mean, they'll start stacking up by that Williams Grove lettering up there in 3 and 4. It's pretty. It's a nice sight to see here for the fans. Is 22 laps left in the show here at Williams Grove. Let's see here. Do they get through one nicely? So far, so good. Field kind of spread out there, though, so a shaky restart there for the middle on back. And they're the guys, they're almost going to need a caution here if they want to do anything. Meanwhile, my partner in the first battle on the racetrack here, he's trying to look under the 213. Now we got a battle for the lead. Anthony Morano making the bottom work in 1 and 2. And I think that's going to be some valuable information there for my friend in the 35. Because Anthony Morano's shutting her down. He's going to do it again. Let's see what kind of ground he makes. The Ant-Man, he's your new leader for a moment. But Templeton fights back. Anthony rolling it here. He gets the lead through the center, but B-Temp so good, like a bat out of hell, coming off of 4. And Anthony and William Watson, following in the wake here. He's looking to get around his teammate. As Connor Ross was a little squirrely there going down the backstretch. Brian Dickens all over the tail tank now of the 35. He looks low. To the left rear quarter panel, but Connor has the run, pulls away, and we take a peek back up at the lead. William Watson, he's got to work because here comes Dino! Dean Reynolds working the high side. He moves himself into the bottom step of the podium, works around the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. And Dino says, I'm ready to roll, boys. Pull the pin. He's looking to win. As Bachman, he may have clipped that inside wall or he hit something there. I mean, he's going to lose 2 spots there. And you hear Connor, he's right behind him. Him and Billy make a little bit of contact. Oh, boy. William thought about taking a peek low, and Dino almost stuffed the salad on the outside. 3 wide there for second for a moment. William Watson trying to go to war here for the FTM boys. Can he carry the torch? We got a little over 7 miles left here in Mechanicsburg. 15 laps to go. The Ant-Man makes contact there with his teammate in the 79. Dino not giving him a lot of room, and Anthony not giving any back. Yellow flag gonna wave one more time. Close. Oh, no. Close your eyes, Uncle Ron. Because I think Mike is going to get a piece of this. And he definitely is going to get a piece of this. Barry, I think, is going to probably, by the looks at it, come down this racetrack. That's exactly what's going to happen. And, oh, Mike Barry, he was home. And, oh, man. I mean, at least he's close to the bathrooms. You know, that's the bathrooms, decent facility. That's that first white building you see there. the blue truck parked in front of it. So at least, if he's tired, got to run down to the bathroom. No, he decides to stay in it. He may have a quick repair left. From Mike Brewer, he does. He pulls it out. All right.
Fact.
Yeah, go ahead,
Did
Connor.
Did you know Connor Hellebuck's dad has won an ARCA race?
No, I didn't. I did not
it's
know
called
that.
Flat Rock, Michigan, asphalt track. This is back in I think the 90s that he won. Before I think just like local ARCA deal. Pretty sure that's what I've seen. But he has won at least a few features at Flat Rock Speedway in Michigan.
Do you know another fun fact about Connor Hellebuck's dad?
What's that?
He's the father of a gold medalist.
That is very true.
Yes, he is, baby. We got you for 4 more years.
Yep, that's
4
okay.
more years. We're gonna
okay.
be. Maybe you'll get us in the Paralympics. Can't tell you. If I'm gonna follow that as hard or not. But maybe you stand a chance in that one. I don't know.
How many minutes of that game did you watch, Zach?
I was honest with you, and I'll be honest here. I woke up with 3 minutes left in the third period, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I got to watch us win the gold. I mean, that was the best way to wake up. I wouldn't change a thing. As the green flag waves, we are back underway. 14 laps left to play. Oh, contact there for the lead. The 23 punches the 31 in the left rear. He loses a spot now to Dino. Can he get a 2-for-1? The 79. Maybe should have went full send there, but he's playing nice. Dino may be kicking himself. I don't know if he's going to get another chance like that. You want to race smart. You want to race clean. But now that 23 back on the outside, and he's got a partner behind. The 213 of Michael Vitale looking to get himself on the podium. Dino's got to make a choice here. He has got to race his teammate hard. He is going to fall back to possibly 5th. It's got to be a decision here, and he didn't fight his teammate hard. He's going to fall back to 4th for the moment. Michael Vitale gets the run on the outside. Billy Roberts not close enough, and Dino wises up, gets back to the outside as William Watson battles for the lead. Oh, yellow flag waves, and a battle for the lead is spoiled here at the paperclip that is Williams Grove Speedway. Let's see. This may not be the accident. Or it may very well be the accident, actually. Oh, it is definitely going to be the accident. 25 looking to throw the slider there on the 26. He clips Larry Moody in the left rear, and 3 cars go around a synchronized swimming there through 1 and 2. No, the 25. Backed up the 390, and if you're Mike Brewer, you may have just broke your steering wheel. I would have punched that thing pretty hard, saying, hold your brakes, not reverse up the racetrack. And, that put him in a tough spot there. It was so heartbreaking, too. Well, I shouldn't say heartbreaking's the word, Connor, but it was bittersweet, seeing Sullivan. Me being a Penguins fan and all, I miss the guy. Arguably gave me some of my best hockey years.
Yep. It was good for them. They earned it. I think it was our game to lose just because we had the chances, the 5-on-3, the breakaways,
Well, the Holtby save, that was the difference, dude.
Yeah, the golden stick from Hellebuck, that was insane. It's like we were talking about, it's hard to beat a hot goalie, and that's what we ran into, but I'll wait another 4 years.
Yeah, I feel like, and you know, obviously the only hockey, well, I told you we had no hockey around here, so, but, you know, we would play a little floor hockey at like the YMCA and stuff every now and then. And I mean, anytime, I guess in baseball, you know, I was a pitcher and a catcher. And when I would play floor hockey, you know, of course, me being fat, I'd be goalie. I've always liked the positions where, you know, obviously it's a team game, Connor, but in a team sport, there are some spots where one guy can take over, and I think that's what makes
1,000%.
them so exciting. As the green flag set the wave here for the 6th time, 10 laps to go. We will be single file here the rest of the way. There's a couple guys going right down to the bottom. You see Anthony Morano trying to make it work. Meanwhile, William Watson, I mean, he couldn't have got a better restart. He's right where he picked up, or right where he left off. I can't even say it. Picking up right where he left off before the caution flag came out. There we go. Finally get the phrase out. And William right back to the inside here, but he gets up in line. Wants this good drive on the outside through 3. Uses the nose. We're stacking him on the outside. Big wreck in 3 and 4. And just like that, oh man, that's how quick it can change. Let's go back and take a look at this. I mean, we were watching it live. This was a battle for the lead. William, he had that run here, but I had mentioned he wanted to fall back up in line and drive it in deep. And the 31, I couldn't tell there if Beatem just brushed the wall or not. It's pretty close. Let's see here if I can go on the, let's go on the right front here, William. Will that give us anything? Oh, man, that's pretty close. I mean, if that right rear touch, that may have slowed him down just a little extra. And William, I mean, you can see right there, the car jumps around. After he made the contact, he slams the brakes. And then nowhere for Vitali to go, nowhere for Dino to go. The 99 piles in. Connor got rotated around there off the nose of the 007. There was nowhere for him to go. You can just see that. I mean, they just stack up on the outside. And I guess, Connor, I guess you were charged with losing some spots there. I think.
Unfortunately.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be worse. Still inside of the top 10. But a big change up here at the front now is all of a sudden, I mean, if you remember me talking, there was one point in time where this thing was basically all FTM, and now we've got one full throttle motorsports driver inside of the top 5, 2 inside of the top 10. I mean, what a swing. It has been here for those guys. And Clay Christopherson, he's still trying to climb here. He had to come out of the B main. He's up to 10th. But your biggest mover, Harold Klump, started 20th, up 12 spots. Maverick Seidel also up 12 spots. Just a little further back the field as the green flag set the wave. 8 laps left for the boys to go play. Anthony Morano trying to get that run here for P2. Billy Roberts sailing it in on the outside. Billy, oh, he had to get on the binders a little bit there. Him and Anthony touch. Billy thought about driving it in there behind Anthony, then wised up once he saw the 122 low, goes right to the outer rim here, trying to build up some speed. Now, I thought he was going to go underneath, though. Goes right back to the top. Anthony Morano to P2. Brian Dickens and Billy Roberts make contact. Kurt Schatzer trying to move himself inside of the top 4 here, but he's got 2 guys battling door to door behind him. The missile, Mike Stryker in the 1.5 and the 5.13. Taking swings on the bottom, that's Jeff Barker. Billy Roberts moved up the racetrack, but the caution flag had already waved. He's going to get his spot back. So Billy will be thankful for that. Because I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what this caution...
Scott Thomas.
There we go. I do know. Yep. Thank you, Connor. Scott Thomason clips the outside wall here, going down the backstretch, and there's nowhere for the 25 to go. Dino gets a little piece as well, but caution flag waves. And 7 caution flags here. Boy, oh boy. It could be a long night here in Mechanicsburg, Connor.
Yes,
well, not for you. You get to go play hockey, I guess.
I've got to leave soon. I was hoping this race would be done a few minutes ago, but you know, it's racing. Stuff happens.
Somebody laid some landmines out there, it seems like. I mean, boy, oh boy, just can't go anywhere without something happening here.
I find this place in USA, I love the tracks. It's just you can either have a 30-lap green to checkered, amazing racing, or you can get stuff like this where the racing's still good. It's just every time you get a great battle going, it's just as the caution comes out.
Yeah, it seems like every time it does, it starts to heat up and caution flag will fly. And then, well, obviously, William, you know, the frustration builds out of him trying to pass to the lead so many times that he ends up, you know, overstepping a little bit, causing a caution at the front. That really shook up the field here. So, I mean, there aren't many drivers right now who started up towards the front. Why? I shouldn't say that. I mean, B-Temp started on the pole. Billy Roberts started third, but other than that, it's a pretty big shake. As Brandon Templeton looks to drop the hammer one more time. 5 laps to go here at the Williams Grove Speedway as we are back underway. Anthony right away looking to work the inner rim here as the 31 hammered down Anthony Morano. Does he make the move? He's looking for it, driving him up the hill. You got to catch the middle. He does. Can't get the pass done. B-Temp too quick. Anthony blinking a little bit. Oh, Kurt Schatzer gets a bumper. He goes around. And we're under caution for the umpteenth time here at the Williams Grove Speedway. All right, so I believe it's Mike Stryker who would be deemed the guilty party here. Let's take a look. And yeah, he just drives it in, gets into the back of the 218. And the 35, well, let's be honest, that was a different one. I mean, he gets into Jeff Barker, who was easily going to skate by that thing. Jeff is kind of rotating back down the track. There's nowhere for Connor to go. He takes a bite of the pounder donut there on the inside.
I think I'm going to have to cut from this race. I'm getting too close, and I got to get going here, so.
Well, just pretend like you're playing for Team USA, man. Maybe you guys will win tonight. Good luck.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you. Have a good night, Zach.
And we should have, I want to say maybe like a 3-lap shootout or so. Might even just be 2 here when we do get the green flag. I mean, and I hope you Canadians out there can handle jokes because, I mean, obviously, I had this, and I guess it's, excuses. But let's be honest, hockey, not our sport down here in the United States. That's kind of what I was telling Connor. You couldn't even play hockey where I went to school. You would have had to travel 50 minutes. So, it's one of those things where hockey will always be your guys' game. The money just isn't down here for it in the States. But, it's nice to beat somebody at their own game. I mean, gotta have that, what do they want to call it? nationalism, for the Olympics. It's always good to support your country come Olympic time. Lights are off on the Steve King Foundation pace car, though. We should go back green this time by. As Brandon Templeton will be 2, maybe 3 laps away here from a checkered flag at the Williams Grove Speedway. As the green flag waves, we are back underway. Anthony looking to the bottom one more time here, and this has to be it. Anthony's got to go here. Not going to get another chance. That's what I'm saying. That is what he had to do. Make the 31, cut back underneath. 2 laps to go. The Ant-Man leads the show. Anthony Morano making the move there. He had to do it. Now will B-Temp do the same thing. He will. Slide job. Anthony trying to cut a rug back underneath. B-Temp tried to put it in the middle. White flag waves. 1 lap to play. Final time through 1 and 2. Anthony Morano pulls even, has him by a nose. Now B-Temp takes it back. Final time through 3 and 4. Templeton goes down there, pitches. Anthony slides up. Oh, Anthony Morano steals it. He wins at the Williams Grove Speedway. B-Temp, P2, and Brian Dickens rounds out the podium, able to get around Billy Roberts on the final lap. What a throwdown there at the end. And let's be honest, what was kind of a stinker there with all the caution flags turned into maybe one of the finishes of the year. What a job there by the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. As it wasn't as good of a camera as I thought it, maybe had the chance to be. We need the fireworks in the background. And what a win by the Ant-Man there to never give up and, just keep that thing rolling, plugged away. Big win here for the driver of the 32 machine. We're going to have to be restarting the interview screen a lot here, so you see it jump back a lot. They didn't give us a lot of time, and that's why I definitely don't have my cameras. I don't have a Zoom camera for interviews. That was another thing I didn't think to double check, so I've got some work to do here before we go back live here for the Rebels. So we're going to make these interviews really quick here tonight just because that took so long and we got to keep the show rolling. But that being said, we'll pull up the driver who finished P3, the 122 of Brian Dickens, man. Big move there on the final lap. Get you on the podium. Talk to us about it.
What a shit show. No, man, it's pretty much like this every time we're in here. It's just hard as hell to pass. People just trying to pull some kind of slider or something just to get by. It's just hard to pass, and just got lucky to get up to third with that big wreck.
Yeah, luck definitely plays a part in it here. You got to have that sense for survival, and man, you were able to survive. I know I normally do these a lot longer, Brian, but it's already 8:06. We got to kind of rush this thing. You got anybody you want to thank on the podium, man?
Yeah, I got to thank Hammer Down Racing, Dirt Track Paint, of course. Brandon Templeton finished in second with us tonight. Morano for the win. Teammates Kurt, Joe, Mike, you for the broadcast, and Top Notch Trucking for the sponsorship.
Well, hey, hell of a job, man. Congratulations. Can't wait to talk to you again here, Brian.
Bye, buddy.
Brian Dickens. I hate rushing these dang interviews, but these guys know the deal. It's a little late. We got to get to that Rebels race. But Brandon, man, I could talk to you all night. I'm sure you probably don't want to. That's a heartbreak. Led most of the thing, but caution flag after caution flag. You're just really not able to get into a rhythm. And Anthony finds the bottom and steals that one late, but talk to us about a good P2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy about it. I haven't been racing much for the last season or two. It's kind of been dwindling off, and I've had some hardware issues and stuttering, and so I got all new computer guts now, and so I'm hoping to ramp it back up and go all cylinders next season. So just trying to get my feet wet, get everything back under me, but really pleased with that. I saw Anthony coming real quick on the bottom of 1 and 2, and I just hadn't run it all race, and so being a little rusty, I was scared to go down there and try it with cold hands, cold feet, but he ran one hell of a race. It made it really fun. I was glad to at least cross it over and make it exciting at the end, but just he had a little too much for me there. That was awesome.
Yeah, and it just seemed like, he had timed the run perfectly in the aspect of where, if we come to the white flag there, Brandon, you're probably going to pass him back. It just seemed like who was able to throw the slider into 3 and 4 was going to win the race to the line. But at the end of the day, bringing home P2, that's a hell of a run. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got to thank Jay with the Dirt Track Bank, Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care, everybody back at the team, Hammer Down Racing, Joe, Kurt, Brian, Mike. Brian's always given us some awesome setups and throwing us a little something new now, so it's fun to see what's happening.
Well, hey, hell of a job, Brandon. Congrats on the P2. Can't wait to talk to you again, my man.
Thank you.
Brandon Templeton bringing home P2, and now we bring up the bell of the ball here.
1, 2, 3, you can't park there!
I'd talk to you all night about this one, but I've already been told I got to rush because of the Rebels race coming up. Man, what a move, dude. It seemed like, Dino maybe earlier in the race had the chance to make the move that you did, chose not to throw the slide job, and man, that slider through 3 and 4, it seemed like that was what you needed to throw there because, obviously the 31 counters you back with it. They're coming to 2 to go and coming to the white flag. You throw it in there, you got the chance. And, how are we feeling after that hell of a race?
Man, that was tough. Awesome last few laps there with Templeton. Going back and forth, crossing over sliders. That's I wish everyone was able to run and keep it clean like that. That's how it should work. But yeah, that was I spent a lot of time minding my P's and Q's in that race, and then dealing with all the cautions and just I knew that last slider there going in through was going to be close, and I was a little hesitant on it, and probably got a little closer to his nose than I wanted to be, but it worked out for me. So I finally got a win on a Monday night, so that's a plus. Better late than never. So yeah, we'll take that one. Like I said, hell of a race. That was a lot of fun. And we'll get ready for Renegades.
Yeah, after all the caution flags for you guys to kind of spice it up there at the end and put on a hell of a show, it was much needed, Anthony. Congratulations on the big win. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. I gotta thank my wife, Sherry, the boys at FTM, Super Dirt Car, Swan Speed Shop, Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Castleberry Flagstone, Shaggy TV, Rocky Photography, you for doing a broadcast, Top Notch Trucking for sponsoring the division, everybody here at Coast to Coast keeps the show rolling. Yeah, and let's go see how we do in the sprint cars.
Well, hey, give them hell, brother. We'll be rooting for you. Good luck the rest of the night.
Thanks, buddy.
Anthony Morano brings home your Top Notch Trucking 358 modified feature win. And with that, we take a short break. We'll be right back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here with your full throttle motorsports Rebel sprint cars. Only 8 drivers coming to play here tonight. Whoa. One of them's Chad Griggs, so good luck here, boys and girls. I don't know if, that would be the guy who I'd want to have to race against to go get a win. Chad always fast, man, in absolutely everything he gets in. So I would expect nothing more than that, or nothing less than that, I should say, here tonight. 8 guys should only have the 1 heat race, I think. I don't know. Maybe they'll do 2 with 4, but I would. My lean is 1 heat race, 8 guys. Let's see, Dan McLaren, Scott Thomas, and Dan McLaren just edged him out. Scott Thomason got in the car first, but Dan pulled the pin. Let's see, who's going to get it? It is Thomason because Dan got squirrely there. You can see it happen simultaneously. So Scott Thomason will get the honor here of driving around for lap number 1. He was purple sector 1. That just got taken away by John Klimowicz Jr. As Thomason lap number 1 in the books with a 1778 JKJ. He comes in with a 1771, and now John Klimowicz III. He's got her tuned up. Oh, okay. I was just reading the Coast to Coast chat. Sorry, I was... Well, there, Ron, you scared me because then when I went over there, I see Barry said it came back on. I thought the C2C page went down. Boy, oh boy, you scared me. Give me a heart attack there. It's Chad Griggs, lap number 1. He's P2. Can he find any more time here? JK3 right now at the top of the boards. Griggs, he's quicker through Sector 1. Slows down, though, through Sector 2. Chad Griggs not going to improve his time. Stays P2. 8 drivers qualified. Or all 8 drivers qualified, excuse me. And now we just wait for time to roll out, which the clock did just hit 0, and there we go. Let's get ready to take a look at your one and only heat race. For your Full Throttle Motorsports Rebel Sprint Cars, row 4 to the outside, the 88 of Dan McLaren, to the inside, the 078 of Jack Clevenger. Row 3 to the outside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel, to the inside, the 49 of Jesse Bandy. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 69, your pole sitter, JK3, John Klimowicz III, to his inside, the 270 of Chad Griggs. Row 1 for heat race number 1, to the outside, the 034 of John Klimowicz Jr. And starting on the pole, the 8 of Scott Thomason. I actually met Chad Griggs here at the Williams Grove Speedway last year. He entered the chili cook-off, and it's got to be a who you know type of thing because no bias, for real. His chili was the best. And the guy who won, no offense, man. Hopefully I never become anybody and they don't clip this. I mean, it was for the American Legion. That's why I, wondered if maybe they wanted the money to go to a certain spot. I never accused people of that, but man, that chili sucked. That was some of the worst one there. So I was really, I gave people a couple votes other than Chad, but none in there. None at that chili stand, I can tell you that. Me and my brother-in-law, because he had went up with me, I had pulled up who won the chili cook-off, like whenever we went home, because, I ended up going back up for the race. That's the benefits of living so close. I ate all that chili, and then your boy, man, dude, I got my gallbladder taken out, so some of you know. If you don't know, man, you're going to the bathroom after you eat something like that pretty quick and in a hurry. And, I drove home. Or actually, no, I think I stopped at my brother's house. I lied. Yeah, no, I went to my brother's house. Yeah, because my brother lives even closer. And then I went home. But I was like, man, I'm not even going to, push it. My brother's a good 4 or 5 minute drive. And his was fiance at the time, wife was there. I'm sure she appreciated me just barging in to use the bathroom. But hey, that's what you married into it. I didn't force your hand. There's 8 laps to go. Play how they finish is how they'll start for tonight's A-Main as we look to the PA sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. 8 laps for the boys to go play. Down under the bridge here at Williams Grove, you can see contact there between the 88 and John Klimowicz Jr., but oh boy, or no, that was JK3, excuse me, that wasn't Junior. The 034 is JKJ. Is Bandy out in front. Clevenger second. It's Klimowicz, McLaren, Griggs. I mean, this is a wild. I'm telling you, I assumed obviously Chad Griggs was going to win this thing. You guys heard me state that early. I mean, these guys with how well now the family members, they make some contact, stack it up. They both lose their spots, but I mean, this should almost be in a cancel this thing, invite them to the Renegades because, boy, these are some 8 good drivers. They really are. I mean, you can't be surprised at the 5 that get to go racing here later. I mean, all top-notch, top-tier. Griggs throws the slide job. McLaren looking to maybe feed him one back here. Can't do it. Griggs on the tippy top. Able to power around. Oh, Thomason gets into the back of the 88. And, oh, man, John Klimowicz Jr., a hard hit. JK3 gets sucked into it. Thomason going to tow it. And Jesse Bandy just wants to bring it home. 2 laps left to go. Jack Clevenger trying to hold off one of the best here. Anytime he decides to come out and play Chad Gray. Oh! Did Bandy run out of gas? Something happened to Bandy, and Jack Clevenger absolutely pulverized him there. I don't think there was anything Clevenger could do, and Bandy continues to sit out there. I hope everything's okay for Bandy. Either had a computer issue, or like I say, he ran out of gas, or... And God forbid, I hope everything's okay there with Jesse Bandy. It's Griggs, Clevenger, McLaren, Seidel, Bandy Thomason, and both the Klimowicks stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the...
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and I can't believe I didn't think of playing this for the first grid music. I mean, come on. With us going out here and, winning the gold medal here in hockey, who can't use a little American spirit here as we get ready for your Full Throttle Motorsports Rebel Sprint Car A main. Only 8 drivers, 5 get to go play with the Renegade Sprint Car if their incident limit is under the required amount. But let's get ready to take a look at that starting lineup. This man won it with a broken neck. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Row 4 for your Full Throttle Motorsports Rebel Sprint Car A main to the outside, the 69 of JK3, John Klimowicz III, to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 034 of John Klimowicz Jr., to the inside, the 49 of Jesse Bandy. Row 2 to the outside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel, to the inside, the 88 of Dan McLaren. And row 1 for your 30-lap A main here at the Grove, to the outside, the 078 of Jack Clevenger. And starting on the pole Chad Griggs. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's almost disrespectful to talk during that song. I mean, if that don't take you back to 2000. I mean, Kurt Angle coming down to the ring wearing his gold medals. Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. It'll get better. My brother's up north. It will get better. But you do have to understand that us beating you, you know, for the gold medal would be like you guys beating us in football. If football was in the Olympics, I mean, it's just, you know, we're going to beat you 99 times out of 100. And, you know, I mean, yeah, over the weekend, we hit our 99 time. You know, we got that 1 out of 100. We are going to enjoy it as long as we can. As Dan McLaren rolls off 4 for the final time, he looks to the PA sky. The green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. 30 laps to play at the Williams Grove Speedway. Dan with a good run there early. Escapes with the lead. Jack Clevenger trying to fend off Jesse Bandy, but it's all for naught. The 49 machine working it on the inside. Not clear yet. Oh, man. Almost had his hands full of Scott Thomason. Now Chad Griggs searching the bottom here, the 27. Looking to sin. I mean, that thing is quick on the bottom. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Hang on, Chad Griggs. Oh, they're banging, they're touching. That's Seidel and Griggs. We got one go around. John Klimowicz Jr. No caution flag flies. Green stays. And that's a tough break there for Junior. Man, oh man, gonna need the help here, some laundry, if he wants to get back in this thing. As you're watching second, third, and fourth under the blanket here in Mechanicsburg. Bandy looking low. Clevenger on the outside. Bandy's got some company. He saw Chad Griggs last minute. Chad Griggs, 2 for 1 through 3 and 4, finding the discounts here at Mechanicsburg, and here we go. I mean, he got screwed out of the chili contest, but he ain't going to get screwed out of this one. Chad Griggs looking to drive the wheels off this thing. As Jack Clevenger gets in the outside wall, we stay green. Maverick Seidel sees Scott Thomason appear on the inside, the 8 of Thomason. Slinging it on the inside. He moves into that 5th and final transfer spot. 23 laps to go. Still 12.5 miles here in the Mechanicsburg Clay. As the 88 continues to pound the outside wall, he's leading the way. I ain't very good at math either. I said 12.5. It was more like 11.5 because now we're down to 11 miles to go. Chad Griggs continuing to tug at the rope here. Dan McLaren got a little squirrely through 3 and 4. He cut the lead down to about half a second. I tried to warn you guys. I mean, this is This is what Griggs does, man. This is his realm. He picks guys up and he puts them down with a wing on the top. And, I mean, he just feels at home. You can see him just working it, reeling him in, and it's only going to be a matter of time here, Dano. Griggs on the bottom, keeps the left rear in the attack, and Dan does clip the wall. And Griggs already way out front by a full second here over the 88. Jesse Bandy in that third and final podium spot. He's got John Klimowicz the third behind him, trying to imitate Chad Griggs on that inside. Scott Thomason doing the same. And a ways back is that 26 of Maverick Seidel. Not looking good here to get him in the final transfer spot. As we'll post up here at the start-finish line. There's your leader, Chad Griggs. P2, P3, 4, 5. And here comes Seidel there, P6. As Jack Clevenger, he said he had enough. He had pulled off. He is out of the race, as you see there on your leaderboard. John Klimowicz Jr. about to be put a lap down here in Mechanicsburg. Remember, he had spun around early. For some reason, the caution flag not waved. And Junior just going to have to try to stay out front of your leader as long as he can and hope for a caution. Battle heating up for second is Jesse Bandy. Reeling in the 88 of Dan McLaren. As he looks to go on by. Let's take a peek here. Is he gonna slide up? He does. Dan looking to drive back in underneath, though they almost make contact. And Dan McLaren falls back to the final step of the podium. 13 laps left. John Klimowicz III, he can see P3, but he really doesn't have a lot of time. I mean, he's got to make up 2 seconds here in 12 laps. Not impossible, but man, he is going to have to be damn near perfect. And he's going to have to do it while defending from the 8 of Scott Thomason, because Scott is right there as well. Griggs in that outside wall, and man, oh man, you know, you get out front for a reason. You're always hammered down, living on the edge, and Griggs not going to get off that edge, even with a huge lead. Just continuing to do his homework here, you know. He's trying to learn things for the Renegades race coming up or for future races at Williams Grove. You just can never quit. You always got to be all gas, no brakes. Scott Thomason, your last driver inside of the top 5 there, as we saw Griggs, Bandy, McLaren, Klimowicz, and now Thomason on your screen. Those 5 are eligible if their incident limit deemed safe, that they can, you know, go race here later. Maverick Seidel, he clips the wall, clips it again. Able to keep it straight here. No caution flag gonna wave. As Chad Griggs says, thank God, 3 seconds out front. 7 laps left in the show. Jesse Bandy approaching that lap car of John Klimowicz Jr., who now sees himself in P6. As Maverick Seidel calls it quits, he pulls it down pit road. Jesse Bandy not wanting to do anything too crazy here. I mean, why risk the safety of your race car here when you're comfortably snug in P2? I mean, he's got it wrapped up with a bow on it. 2.5-second lead over McLaren. 3 seconds behind your leader, Chad Griggs. 2 miles left in the Pennsylvania clay. Chad Griggs continues to lead the way. He gets the wall heavy there, though. Oh, boy. I mean, he is not taking it easy. Dan McLaren holding on to that third and final podium spot, coming to 3 laps left. And he's got a hefty gap between him and Klimowicz the third there. 1.2, now 3 seconds. As Soupy just looking to stay on the rails. 2 laps to go for the man out front. Chad Griggs now going to the bottom through 1 and 2. Maybe going to experiment here for later. Just seeing what's down there. Why not? I mean, you're up by 2.5 seconds. You may as well play around a little bit. Final time around the speedway here in Mechanicsburg. Griggs rolls the inside. Final time under the bridge into 3. Sails the outside. Almost kisses the fence, but for the final time, Chad Griggs crosses the line, and he does so with the checkered flag in hand. He wins your Full Throttle Motorsports Rebel Sprint Car A main. Jesse Bandy, P2, and Dan McLaren rounds out the podium as the boys go flag to flag here at the Williams Grove Speedway. See if I can't get a word here with the driver of the 88. Let them mosey their ways on up into the waiting room because they probably, I mean, I would want a break after that one. 30 laps green flag, that's tiring, especially, I mean, you can see the front wheels every time they're rotating. That's Dan's hands going back and forth on that steering wheel. That will do a number to you over 30 green flag laps. But at the end of the day, though, he may be tired. I think Dan will be pretty happy finishing third behind these guys. As much as you want to win, as well as I do, Dan, I mean, we can call a spade a spade. Not that you deserve to be here. We both know you're talented, but those guys ahead of you, they have no business being in this series. So, I mean, when you finish behind them, you got to be okay with it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I thought, Chad would have got up there a lot, in less laps than he did. But, first half of the race, it was fun leading. And then I was like, well, here comes Chad. Oh, here comes Jesse. But no, good race. It's, sucks that the car count was a little low tonight. Would have been better with, a few more heats, a few more guys, but we'll take third.
No, obviously it's tough, when you're the guy out front, but did we learn anything from those guys? Maybe a different line we can try to use for the Renegades, or were they just kind of, doing their thing? I mean, I know Williams Grove, dude, it is so technical. It's tough. I mean, but could you done anything different?
Yeah, well, couple things, yeah. Different line, maybe change the gear a little bit. And I was actually just about to run out of fuel. I think I had like 0.4 left or 0.3 gallons left. So I was just tiptoeing come to the finish. But yeah, next race definitely had more fuel.
Well, hey man, you did a hell of a job here running, behind those guys. That's an impressive run. You led over half the race. Congrats, Dan. You got anybody you want to thank on the P3?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast, everyone behind the scenes for the league to race every week, and got to thank all the guys over at Venom Racing. Isaac hooked up, with the setup tonight, so that helped. JRB Designs, Born to Foam, Spray Foam Insulation, Marquee Manufacturing, and congrats to the top two, to Chad and Jesse.
Well, hey, hell of a job, Dano. Like I say, if those guys, they don't belong here, that's a win in my book. Hell of a run, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Dan McLaren bringing home P3, and this man brought home P2, Jesse Bandy. Man, it seemed like, honestly, let's call it what it is. I think the low car count kind of effed you, Jesse. I mean, the car was coming to you at the end. I could see you slowly reeling them in on the bottom, but man, it just, it wasn't there early enough for you. Talk to us about the race.
Yeah, I've been working hard at running the bottom, not here, but just anywhere, right? I've always said I'm a top guy, and just been trying to force myself to put more laps in, and I think it's starting to maybe slowly pay off. But yeah, I don't know if I was gaining on Chad. I was just more or less trying to hit the bottom, and if I hit it right and the car stuck along the inside wall, I could feel the progression forward. But there's definitely a few laps in there that I missed my marks and spun the tires a few times, but you'll have that.
Well, do you think that's something here if, the car count's a little higher in the Renegades, which I expect, but I do not know yet, obviously, because I'm not looking. You expect that bottom to maybe be there a little sooner than it was tonight?
That's a good question. I honestly don't like Williams Grove. I don't run it at all, hardly.
Who does, Jesse? I live here.
Yeah, right. It's a technical track. I mean, I got to give it that, right? And the guys that are quick here, props to all of them, right? I just I don't know. This has not been a place that has done me well, nor has it grabbed my attention. So, yeah, it's coming around though. I mean, I just need to put more time in here. But I think back to your question, I think if there's more cars, the bottom's going to be thinner, right? So it's going to make it even harder for me to hit. There's definitely some good tack down there in the bottom, and I had plenty of it. So it was pretty wide. I don't think it'll be that wide in the A division, but we'll see.
Well, hey, you look good here in the Rebels. Good luck in the Renegades, brother. You got anybody you want to thank before you get out of here on that P2?
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, everybody over at Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, Bio.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, you for the broadcast, and C2C for the league, and we'll see what what the next track gives. I might just be floating through the middle. We'll see.
Well, hey, good luck, brother. We'll be rooting for you. Give those boys hell.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself.
Jesse Bandy bringing home P2, and now we get to talk to the man who, as I told you, he may have got effed out of the chili cook-off, but he wasn't getting effed out of this one here. 3 seconds before you started experimenting a little bit on the bottom, as I was watching you there, I think it was with 3 laps to go. You hit 1 and 2 pretty hard there, Chad. You were able to keep it rolling, but I think after that you were like, I'm going to go down and experiment with the bottom a little bit. But, I mean, when you get, like I say, almost up to a 4-second lead, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, how are we feeling after that race?
It was good test, good practice, I guess. I nearly early in the race, I don't know whether it was lap 2, 3 or something like that. The bottom was really fast, and I was going to try to run down there, and I misjudged my entry on 3 and just about knocked the whole left front off the car. It took damage on the left front, but after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to play it safe where I know how to run, and that's up on the wall. So
now, that being said, it's funny that you said this is kind of a test session, because I did say that word for word while you were racing, Chad. And, did we learn anything, that we can carry over into the Renegades, or any, little tips, tricks here that, will help you succeed here in the next race tonight?
I just want to kind of get familiar again. I've not been running sprint cars a whole lot at all, really. So I just decided tonight I liked the Grove and wanted to run. So wanted to use this as a tune-up, and we'll go see if we get our asses handed to us in Renegades, which could very well happen.
Well, I mean, I could lose 100 pounds too next month, but some things aren't very likely, Chad. I look forward to talking to you again here after the Renegades. But before you get out of here, man, you got anybody you want to thank on a big win?
Yeah, thank C2C for the league. Thank you for the broadcast. You always do a great job. And thank my teammates over at TJM.
Well, hey, hell of a run, man. Like I say, looking forward to talking to you again. It's good having you back, brother. Good luck in the Renegades.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Chad Griggs bringing home the win here in your Full Throttle Motorsports Rebel Sprint Cars. With that, we step away, load into your Renegade session, and we'll be right back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season. Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
Let's unmute my actual headset and let's try this again. We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for your JRB Designs Renegade Sprint Car event here. And we have, I was doing the math in my head. You can see 13 people have put in a time now. So it was only 12 there for the longest time. And 4 other drivers are registered but haven't put a time in. So 17 guys in tonight's session. Not sure if we're going to get more. Doesn't look like it, as the checkered flag waves on warm-ups. Get ready to go out and do a little bit of qualifying here at the Williams Grove Speedway. First driver in the car is Joseph Grandy. First driver out on the track is Joseph Grandy. .518 with a good run there through 3 and 4. Going to bring a lot of steam to the line here. That's what you want, a good outlap, and Grandy brought it. Let's see if it translates here. Runs the rim on the outside through 1 and 2. Right back up there through 3 and 4. Joseph Grandy. Can he find a little more here? Can he get a purple sector 2? No, he can't. It's yellow. He slows down. He was slower through sector 2 than on his outlap. So Grandy going to be looking for a lot more here. But right now the man P2 in your Renegade Sprint Car points, the Pink Panther of Jesse Atkinson. He is at the top of the charts. Patrick Spangler is your points leader. But it's him and Jesse coming down to the wire. And just a reminder, next week is championship night. I will not be here. Adam Flieger will be running the broadcast. I'm the lucky winner of a colonoscopy next Monday. So, you know, say a prayer for me, man. I may need it. As the high side banger crosses the line, he's P8. And if he was playing the invert game, I mean, he suckered him. You know, that was a good one. But the problem is, this man, well, now we got an even bigger, both of them got him. I mean, Chad Griggs and Ross Corinna. Chad Griggs P7, Ross Corinna P8. Ross only going to run the 1 lap. That's all he has time for. Drivers run out of time. And let's get ready to take a look at our JRB Designs Renegade Sprint Car Heat Race. No, we're going to have 3. Okay. So, yeah, this one, see, that's what I was saying. Now, you know, obviously, Barker, we'll get it now because we had it happen earlier. You know, the one heat race, we had 8 when it was only 2 guys. And now, instead of running 2 with 8, we're going to run 3 with 6. Or 1 with 6 and 2 with 5. So, yeah, this one will be a little funky. But row 3 to the outside, the 32 of Anthony Morano, to the inside, the 88 of Dan McLaren. Row 2 to the outside, your quick time in the 69, JK3, John Klimowicz III, to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. And row 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 270 of Chad Griggs. And starting on the pole, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Oh yeah, and I just looked back over at the chat there on Coast to Coast, and I saw what Jack Hit said is actually coming. It really is, and I'm not. You know, when I was a kid, if you enjoyed playing flag football, you know, you were called something that rhymed with the word flag that, you know, maybe isn't politically correct anymore. But now, you know, I think like, what do they say, man? You know, the older you get, the wiser you get. I think a lot of, even, you know, I love football, man. I have I'll be honest, I have a Washington Redskins tattoo on my arm. I got it when I was 19 years old. You know, before the team name change, I live, breathe, I love football. But I personally, you know, when God blesses me with kids, I mean, I would rather my kids for sure play flag football than actual football. I mean, it's just, you can get hurt. I mean, if my kid would want to play football, by all means, I would let them. Would never be, one of those. Because, I mean, you can get hurt. You guys all know my cousin lost his wife 2 weeks ago crossing the street. So, I mean, the good Lord can take you in any way. And if somebody wants to do something, I'll never stop them from doing it. But flag football, I think, definitely the way of the future for the kids as the green flag waves. Heat race number 1 is underway. Chad Griggs and Patrick Spangler. Get your popcorn buckets out here. They're going to go to war. Patrick on the inside, letting it ride. Chad Griggs high and wide. Patrick quick through 1, but man, you can just see that speed you need here at the paperclip coming off that top shelf, and Griggs gets it all back and then some. Boy, the 270 is having some fun as Klimowicz, he almost beats the wall down through 3 and 4. Clips it now coming off of 2, and I don't know. I'm not sure what she'd say, but, I mean, he may be requesting to widen the racetrack here. I mean, unless it's fireworks, I don't think they want to do anything at this place, so you're going to have to deal with the track dimensions here, John. As Scott Thomason, man, he's sending it in here on the 39, but couldn't find any grip. Chad Griggs out front with 4 laps to go. P2 still far from undecided. Scott Thomason sends it in. He pulls even. The high side banger holds him off for another lap. How long can he continue to hold off the 8 of Thomason, who is right there? I mean, he is sending it in. Leaves him room, though. The high side banger continues to let it sing. I told you, anything can happen, but Chad having a bad run here at Williams Grove wasn't going to happen. And as he gets ready to roll down the front stretch here, the white flag waves. The 270 has 1 lap to play off of 2 where he had his chili cook-off. Down into 3 for the final time. Chad Griggs looks to the PA sky, sees the checkered flag wave, he wins. P2's going to be Thomason, who edges out Spangler, Klimowicz, McLaren, and Murano. So let's get ready. Take a look here if I can get it to pop up. Oh, man, that shouldn't have took that long. SDK, shame on you. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 30 of Stephen Goldner to the inside, the 36 of Barry Goldner. Row 2 to the outside, the 127 of the Pink Panther, Jesse Atkinson to the inside, the 518 of 100 grand. Joseph Grandy. In row 1 for heat race number 1 here at the Williams Grove Speedway, or heat race number 2, excuse me, to the outside, the 10 of the boss, Ross Corinna, and starting on the pole, the 79 of Dino, Dean Reynolds. Whoops, I did not mean to turn that on. My apologies. I'm just over here clicking buttons, and they're the wrong ones, it seems like. Dean Reynolds gets ready to lead the field to a green flag here. He's going to want to get the most out of this one, man. I mean, Dino had a great run going. in the small blocks, but was caught up in an accident. And this would be a way to rebound here. Dino. Needs to put it together. As they roll off of 4, the green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Dino with a good 1 and 2 there. Gets to the early lead. Ross Carina slides the cushion. Oh, Grandy gets into the back of the 79. Turns Dino. And no caution flags here in the heat race. So Dino gonna have to just suck it up here and, man, try to bring this thing home in P4. We've got nothing but time here. As the Goldners will race a little bit, but let's go up. We might as well take a look at this. And I'm not too sure. I mean, Dino there, I mean, he's backing it up, you know, a little earlier than Grandy because Dino was probably going to go to that middle bottom. And Grandy would just barrel hot, going to roll it to the outside. See the man in P2 in points as well, Jesse Atkinson. He got heavy damage. He's going to have an uphill climb here when we go racing in the A main later. Ross Carina 3.5 seconds out front is Barry Goldner continues to hold off his son here, Stephen Goldner. And, you know, this is a little shocking. I mean, Goldner, one of the best. No offense here to Barry, but, I mean, we expect a lot out of Stephen here, and right now not able to deliver the goods here, stuck behind his old man as we're coming to 2 laps to go. This time by off of 4. Barry slips up, and Goldner finally does put the nail and pops his coffin. Gets on by, and Dean Reynolds. You said, Shaggy, the best I can do is P4. Go to you-know-where. Dino letting it sing. He has reeled in Barry Goldner. This will be for 3rd. White flag. Dino looking underneath here as Ross Carina drives it down across the line. He brings home the win. Here comes Stephen Goldner. No! Stephen runs out of gas. Dino! Oh! Back to P2! Is tonight the night? I mean, I'm speechless. Carina Reynolds, Barry Goldner, Stephen Goldner, Jesse Atkinson. Oh my gosh. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. You don't see that happen. I mean, that's crazy. Dino might be a guy to watch out for. Rounding out the field, heat race number 3, Jesse Bandy in the 49, row 2 to the outside, the 7 of Bob the Good to the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Parker. And row 1 for heat race number 3 to the outside, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York. And starting on the pole, the 217 of the Gentleman, Jack Hitt. Alrighty, I'm going to be totally honest with you. My mouth probably feels like, I imagine, you know, what a litter box would feel like. And I need a drink, so I am talking to you guys while, luckily enough, my refrigerator is close enough to the computer. I'm walking over, grabbing a beverage here. I meant to grab one under that break and forgot all about it when I got distracted by my cute wife. So, you know, she took my attention. And now we're back in the chair. We're ready to make stuff happen. So hopefully the drivers are ready to make some stuff happen. I mean, that heat race number 2 didn't start the way we wanted it, but obviously, I mean, Vandy not going to complain about a big win, but Dino, I mean, he had to work for that P2. That kind of set the tempo here, hopefully, for what I expect to be a great heat race number 3. When I said Bandy there, I meant Corinna. I was looking at Bandy's car, you know, so I just said it, I guess, out of habit. As we take a look to that PA sky, the green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 3 is underway. The Teddy Bear getting a big run there in the 09. Threads the needle, shoots underneath the 217. Oh, boy, and the 513 almost stuffed the Teddy Bear there. Barker had to get on the binders. That allows Bandy to take a peek underneath. But Teddy York, welcome to the lead here as they go under the bridge. No! Oh, we got 4 cars involved in this one. The Teddy Bear gets the worst of it. And Jesse Bandy says good night. Big lead out front. We've got 3 cars on pit road. It's Jesse Bandy and Bob DeGood left. Oh, let's take a look at what happened here. I mean, you could hear my voice picking up. Barker was driving it in deep here. I mean, he was hooking it up, and he just clipped that tire. It set him up the racetrack, and after the contact there with the inside, nothing the Teddy Bear could do. I mean, that is a tough break, and it's clearly not intentional there for Jeff. I mean, you could see he clips the inside, but now, I mean, if you're one of these guys, if you're Ted York, you know, if you're Jack Hitt, you can see Jack's car moving around. No offense to Bandy or to Good, but they're running, you know, they're basically running practice laps right now. Jesse Bandy's going to win this thing. I want to see if any of these cars decide to move. I mean, this could be the battle for third. That's 3 starting spots in the A main. If you pull out and you get out in front of a guy, and there we go. Jack Hitt, he heard me. He got the heck out of there. Ted York, he's not going anywhere as the white flag waves. Jesse Bandy, final trip around the Williams Grove Speedway. And he is going to win heat race number 3 after a huge accident. It's Bandy, DeGood, Hitt, York, and Barker. Let's run the ad. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
You're tuned in. Shaggy TV with pressure talks and mistake screen. From flag to flag, no filter clean. Truth in the call, uncut, unseen. If you live for speed, yeah, you already see. Race night hits harder on Shaggy TV.
Oh no, Maverick Seidel outside wall. Oh, trying to ruin my camera, DJ. You promised me to be safe. Beating and banging him.
No polish here, no pretty disguise. Just rubber, steel, and truth in real time. When the moment hits, the signal's free. World tuned in, it's Shaggy TV.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and it's almost time to go play in the clay here at the Williams Grove Speedway for your JRB Designs Renegade Sprint Car. Amen. Rounding out the field in the 518, we've got $100,000. Joseph Grandy, row 8 to the outside, the 32 of the Ant-Man. Anthony Morano to the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker. Row 7 to the outside, the 127 of the Pink Panther. Jesse Atkinson to the inside, the 88 of Soupy. Dan McLaren. Row 6 to the high side, the 09 of the Teddy Bear. Ted York to the inside, the maple syrup chugging, Canadian flag wearing, number 30 driving of Steven Goldner. Row 5 to the high side in the 69, JK3, John Klimowicz III. To the inside, the 217 of the gentleman, Jack Hitt. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 36 of Barry Goldner. To the inside, the 39 of the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Row 3 to the high side, the 7 of Bob DeGood. To the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 2 to the outside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. To the inside, the 49 of Jesse Bandy. And row 1 for your JRB Designs Renegade Sprint Car A-Main. To the outside, the 10 of the boss, Ross Corinna, is starting on the pole. The 270 of Chad Griggs. As the drivers roll through 3 and 4 for the final time, they take a look to that PA sky. The green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. 35 laps to play. Your A-Main is underway. Ross Corinna with a good run there, able to loop it on the high side, hold on to P2. Bandy on the bottom. Here comes Bob DeGood. P4, caution flag waves. And we're going to restack them here. Is Dan McLaren involved in the first one? No idea if you ran into something. He gets hit. What happens here? But let's take a look. So you can see Jack Hitt. He's got the green wheels there. He's above that red 88. We're 4 wide right now. I mean, we are 4 wide through 1 and 2. Dan doesn't want to get into Jack and just runs it a little too low. Clips the left rear on the inside wall, and see right behind him, I believe, is that, let's see if we can change the view here. That's the 30 of Stephen Goldner. He did the same thing. Then we have another wreck after the caution. It may have all been the same caution. But after the McLaren incident, this was a little, okay, so it did stem from that, so it wasn't totally unrelated. So Jack saw him down there last minute. You see, he comes up a little bit, and then Barry Goldner, he's on the outside 3 wide, gets pinched off. Oh, Jesse Atkinson, nowhere to go. The Pink Panther gets a huge lick of that. Joseph Grandy gets caught on the left rear here. Not too sure how much damage he would have got there, but heavy contact. As we get ready to line them up and do it all again. And yeah, Grandy, I just saw you responded to that in the C2C chat. Yeah. See, it's almost like, it's almost like I like to drive these things. Or maybe I'm not as good as you boys, but I understand the mentality. And we all know when we've driven in too deep and tagged somebody, just being aggressive for the wrong reason, maybe frustrated with them. And then there's, 1,000% racing incidents. And, while it's still going to upset Dino the same. Definitely a racing incident there. And, it might have made Dino feel a little bit better now that he did get back to P2. That'll help soothe that over a little bit here as we take a look back to the sky. The green flag waves. We're back underway. Griggs right away. Tightrope in the outside through 1 and 2. Here comes the boss. Ross Corinna says, Chad, it's nice to see you, brother, but I am going hunting. I am trying to get this thing done here in PA. Chad Griggs not going to get this one easy here. He's going to have to work. Oh, contact there. I couldn't tell who the Ant-Man and Jack hit. Anthony Morano pulled a wheelie or two going down the backstretch. Gets straightened back up, but he's going to lose a ton of time in spots. Anthony Morano. Oh, not how we wanted that thing to go. Welcome to the party, the 39 of the high side banger. He's got that thing on the bottom step of the podium. Can he reel in those front 2? They are a ways away here in Mechanicsburg. Grandy on the outside trying to look around Stephen Goldner. He does get by Jesse Atkinson. Remember, heavy contact for him in the first caution. And Jesse able to shake it off here, get some spots back. He's inside the top 10. Oh, as Dan McLaren clips the backstretch wall, does it again. Scott Thomason, that is John Klimowicz III in the 69. That's Scott Thomason behind, looking to the outside. As Chad Griggs 1 second up the road here over Ross Corinna. The boss trying to stay in tow here, Patrick Spangler. He's 3.4 seconds back now. You can see on the slip and slide. Car is just not behaving here for the 39. Oh, John Klimowicz III in the outside wall. Able to keep it straight. The boys so far get around, no issues. But now we do get a caution flag here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The gentleman, Jack hit. Just coming to a stop on the racetrack, and like to see him hit the pit road entrance there, to let us stay green, but it is what it is, and The yellow flag flies here for the second time at the Williams Grove Speedway. I mean, what a top five. Dino has really answered the bell. You know, the last season and a half, 2 seasons, really. He's become a contender here in the sprint cars, and he's got himself 5th. I mean, and then in front of him, I don't need to explain. I mean, if you need explanation, I guess I'll give it to you. You know, maybe you're not a Coast to Coast regular. But Chad Griggs, he had no business being in the Rebels. He has won a Renegades championship before. We are currently in the Renegade sprint cars right now. He has won this championship. I believe it was 2 seasons ago. Ross Corinna, champion. Patrick Spangler, many-time champion. I believe Bandy... man, I don't know if Jesse has won a championship or not. Shame on me for my C2C knowledge. But if somebody put the gun to my head, I would say yes. And I mean, top 4 right now, it does not. I mean, if we could, no offense, Dino, but, you know, if we take, what year are we in? If we get 2023, 2024 Stephen Goldner out there, if he could get the wheels back under him, that 30 machine, oh boy, I mean, what an event we would have on our hands as we take a look to the sky. The green flag waves. We're back underway. Oh, Dan McLaren slides up, gets into the 79. Thomason, he drives through, cleans out the 7 of Bob DeGood, who went for an absolutely wild ride here. And the saving grace for Dino may be that he gets his spot back here, because I think he'll be charged for the caution. Or, I mean, Bob DeGood will be charged for the caution. You can see Bobby gets into the back there of Dino, and Thomason, nowhere to go, just ramps up over the left rear. Dino does indeed keep it straight here. Do those guys continue to scrap down the backstretch? Nope. I saw him after. They tried to avoid that on the outside. I saw Grandy get stuck on the bottom 3 wide. I wouldn't have been surprised if we ended up having some more contact going 3 wide here at Williams Grove, but they lived to tell the tale. And Dino getting lucky there at the right time does get the hold on to that spot. That could have been tough for Dino. It's Chad Griggs out front. Ross Corinna, P2. Jesse Bandy, your podium. Spangler Reynolds, your top 5. McLaren York. Stephen Goldner. Jeff Barker. And Barry Goldner, your top 10. It looks like, I guess, he's only a lap down, but Jack, after stopping on the racetrack there, taking advantage of the extra cautions, he's only 1 lap down, so maybe able to pick up a couple spots here if the war of attrition plays out. This could be bad. If you saw what I just saw as the green flag set the wave, we are back underway at the Williams Grove Speedway. Lap car coming off of pit road there. That's a 7 of Bob DeGood. Luckily pinned it when he did here, but he is going to have a bunch of busy bees coming up behind him. your leader, Chad Griggs, approaches the tail tank. He goes to the outside. How does he choose to get by the 7 of Bob DeGood? Bob going to go to the outer rim here. Chad Griggs looking to peek underneath. And, well, that's racing. I mean, he's got to find a way around. But lap car coming out here making things interesting. Griggs goes around on the bottom. Now Bob changes up his lane. He goes to the bottom. Ross doesn't know what to do. Stays down on the bottom there through 1 and 2. Ross gets around him. But he definitely lost a little bit of time here. And, well, 2013 Stephen Goldner has appeared up inside the top 5 like magic. And what happened to Dino back here in 15th? No idea what happened to Dean Reynolds. Jeff Barker passed on Dean Reynolds. Let's see here if I can see what happened to Dean. So something had already happened there to that 79 machine. He's slow on the inside. Tough break, though, for Dino, who's just rolling around now all in the back by his lonesome. Going to need a caution flag here so we can get a quick repair, try to fix that thing. It's Chad Griggs out front. You're watching Ross Corina P2. Now Patrick Spangler in 3rd, and Jesse Bandy, who's got a bunch of Hornets behind him. Stephen Goldner trying to get around that 7 of Bob DeGood. Remember, he's 3 laps down. Steven on the outside trying to rip and tear his way around lap traffic. He does finally clear, goes down to the inside. Now Grandy looking to roll around. He gets by him quick and easy. Here comes the 518 up 11 spots. Started P17, and he is on the move. Still plenty of time left here to play. Jeff Barker feeling the pressure as you see the Pink Panther. He went around him on the outside. Now looking to get around the 7 of Bob DeGood. Barker has to go up there and follow him. He was comfortable on the bottom, but that's where Bob is. You gotta go where the lap cars ain't. That's what he does. Goes to the outer rim. Anthony Morano follows him around in that 32 machine. Now Anthony looks to do something a little different. Goes to the inside. Can't get the pass done. Barker leaves the door open. Slide job. Oh, a little right rear to the left front, but we've got a big flip behind. As that's the teddy bear. Another wild ride here for Ted York. Driver of the 09, man. He's going to need that wife of his to give him a good massage after this thing. Oh, yeah, and he turned down, just didn't know the 69 was there. And, I mean, they may meet in the middle a little bit, but John making the move definitely there on corner entry, and that's just going to catch the teddy bear there by surprise. And gets a stuffing squeezed out of him there against the wall. Not too sure if he was able to get down pit road. He probably had to tow. Unless he already used the quick repair. But if he didn't, he'll utilize that, try to get back out on the racetrack. Too sure if Dean, it's got Dean a lap down. So all but, I mean, even with the caution flag now, him being a lap down, that all but cast any doubt on a decent run here for Dean Reynolds. So I think we'll have 13 laps to go. when we get the green flag. Lights go off on the Steve King Foundation pace car. So, yes, drivers, we will go green this time by 13 laps to go. Can anybody get to our past champion, the 270 of Chad Griggs? Who knows? I highly doubt it, man. I mean, he was a dominator a couple seasons ago, and I mean, really proved how good he can be on the iRacing sim. As he rolls off a 4, the green flag's high. It's time to make the dirt fly. We're back underway. 13 to play. Oh, Bandy was stuck there in the middle, 3 wide for a moment. Goldner on the bottom, the high side banger upstairs. Bandy continues to roll the middle here. The 49 trying to put it on the podium. Can't do it this time. Corinna and Spangler both in each other. I mean, Spangler right in Corinna's tires tracks. I mean, they are ripping that outer rim. Here comes Joseph Grandy to the party. He gets up inside the top 5 for the first time. The 518. Up 12 spots, trying to make it 13. Almost takes down the wall here. Little opening left by Bandy. Grandy fills the gap. Bandy slides up the racetrack. Grandy ready for it. Cuts back underneath. Little crisscross. Grandy got him at the line. Move the 518 up to P4. Ten laps left here, 4.5 miles to go. This time by in the Pennsylvania clay. Patrick Spangler clips the outside wall. The high side banger doing just that, banging the hell out of the high side. The 39. I mean, they're only giving him the inch, but he has taken a mile on that outside. Bounces off it once again. Jesse Atkinson and Jesse Bandy going to Warrior, the Pink Panther. Trying to work to the inside. Jesse Atkinson throwing the slide job. Bandy, can he cut back underneath as he works to the inside? Oh, it's Bandy at the line by a hair. Oh, hard into the inside wall. That's Steven Goldner. Steven Goldner with a wild hit. They're going down the backstretch here at the Williams Grove Speedway. We could not tell what kicked it off. Let's find out here. Oh, a little contact there between him and Joseph Grandy. And you can see, I mean, Grandy's getting the big run off the top. And, you know, he's just hunting. He wants to stay in that tack. And at the same time, Goldner's coming up as Grandy's going down. They meet in the middle, and Goldner definitely gets the worst end of it. But, man, that's about as, you know, I mean, that's one of those ones that maybe because he came down a little more, you know, you give 60% of the blame there to Grandy. But, I mean, that's a racing incident. And it's tough. You don't want to see it, you know, but that's the way. I mean, guys racing hard and battling for those tough spots. That's gonna happen. And well, that must have been an SDK error earlier as well, because Dino not a lap down. He is in P10. Just noticed that. So sorry for the Dino slander under the last caution, but we'll blame the software. I can't change that on my own. are starting to run out of time, though. So if you're inside that top, 5, 6 drivers, you got to make your move almost right away. And it's got to be, you got to be perfect, because Chad Griggs is, to put it politely, is, spank these guys with the belt here tonight. I mean, he's taking them to school. And it doesn't look like anything is going to change. Here's the driver's roll off of 4 for the final time. Green flag, set the wave. We're back underway. 6 laps to go and play. Oh! Chad Griggs got loose. I may have clipped the inside through 1 and 2 and gave up the lead to the boss, Ross Corinna, as we come to 5 to go. Griggs gets it back. Oh, a little hiccup there for the 270. But right back to the point as the caution flag waves. Yet again, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano, and Dan McLaren involved. Anthony almost gets into the back, maybe does get a piece there of Grandy. You can see him chomp the brakes. Thomason couldn't really avoid it, and then nowhere for Dan to go as Anthony gets moved up the racetrack, and Dan McLaren with an absolute wild ride. And that is going to do it, I would think, here for the 88, as Dan McLaren does. I think he ready to pack it up in the shop here, call it quits. We're running out of time. Should only have, 3, 4 laps to go when we get the green flag. It's Chad Griggs looking to do what we don't see done too often here. A Rebels winner turning into a Renegades winner. Now, it shouldn't have, and like I say, this is no disrespect towards him. But, I'm going to be honest with you there, too. I was reading what you commented in the Discord. That's some really neat stenciling, and you made me lose my train of thought. You jerk. That's hilarious. But that's the same thing I thought when I saw that green writing up the top. It looked like I wrote it. And, man, I write like a 3rd grader. Oh, but now I remember where I was at. Griggs won't think this is disrespectful, but I said it to him. He doesn't deserve to be in the Rebels. There's no way. He is arguably the best sprint car driver we have in Coast to Coast. So no reason he should be in the subdivision here. I mean, if it was up to me, guys like him, Blake Chapman, Bandy Lacey, they would basically be grandfathered in. But I don't make the rules here. I got to follow them as the green flag set the wave. We're back underway. 4 laps left to play at the Williams Grove Speedway. Griggs nails it this time. No hiccups. Looking to pull away, and indeed he does. But battle on for the final step of the podium. Jesse Bandy looking to the inside of the high side banger, who clips the outside wall. Now, these are the guys battling for the points here. That's Jesse Atkinson, who works around Spengler. That could be huge. Jesse Atkinson clips the outside wall. Patrick tries to fish around underneath, can't do it. And Ross Corinna, he's right there. Can he strike? He's right on the tail tank there at Chad Griggs. Half a mile left to play in the clay here at the Williams Grove Speedway as we get the white flag this time by. Ross Corinna can smell what he had for dinner here. Griggs A little on the yips there. We're going down the backstretch for the final time. Into turn number 3. Chad Griggs on the bottom. No mistakes. No hiccups. He goes back to back at Williams Grove. He wins your JRB Renegade Sprint Car A main. Ross Carina, P2, and Jesse Bandy rounds out the podium. Jesse Atkinson, Patrick Spangler, your top 5. JK3, Thomason, Barker, Reynolds, and Goldner, your top 10. DeGood, Hit, Grandy, Morano, McLaren, Goldner, and York round out the field. So let's go back. I'm trying to remember which one was that longer green flag run here. It was right around here. We'll see. I may have to clip into another one, but hey, we'll live. We'll live. We'll see if we can't get a word here with the driver of the 49, Jesse Bandy. Bandy just popped in down there. We'll give him the complimentary 5 to 10 seconds because most of them, say, hey, congratulations. Hate pulling them up when they're in the middle of talking. We'll see if we gave him enough time. Sounds like we did. Jesse, long time no speak, brother. I mean, P3 again. How we feeling?
Oh, I can't complain, man. Being Williams Grove and stiffer competition, to me, it's a dub for me, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and let's be honest, we call that 39 the high side banger for a reason, and he was up there in his comfort zone, and, you able to work around him here at a place where, you say you don't like the Grove that much. It's intricate. That's got to add to the confidence a little bit, right? Right?
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. It definitely feels good. It's just, I don't run this place enough, and I feel like I got a little too loose and spun my tires probably too much. But if I hit where I wanted to be, where I thought I should be, when I would hit it, it felt good. So I fell back a few spots there, but we were able to gain a few. So it's nice to stay calm and just keep racing on.
Yeah, man. And, at a racetrack where one mistake can be the death of you, you held on, brought home the bottom step of the podium. Hell of a job, brother. That 49 looked fast tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, everybody over at Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, Bio.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, you again for the host and C2 or for the broadcast, and C2C for the league.
Well, hey, good luck next week, brother. Championship week next week. I'll be gone. I get lucky. I get to have a colonoscopy. So good luck, man. We'll be rooting for you.
Sounds like a shitty deal.
Yeah, literally, brother. Sunday's going to be the shitty deal, I think, when I get to drink the medicine. But we'll find out. Take it easy, brother.
So best of luck. Thanks.
Jesse Bandy bringing home P3, and now we get to talk to the man who, well, Ross, you figured it out at the end, brother. It was just a little too late. You were right there on him. Talk to us about those closing laps.
Yeah, I told him, I don't know if it was the second to the last yellow there where I don't know if he hit the wall or what happened. And I think I passed him on in 2 there. And I told him if I would have dropped down to the bottom there and blocked him in 3 and 4 and beat him to the line, it's Chad Griggs, so who knows? But I think I probably could have held him off, especially with that last yellow that came out there. But we had a drag race there to the finish line when the yellow came out and he beat me. And then, the rest was kind of writing on the wall there. But I asked him how he was hitting that bottom so well there with like 15 laps to go or whatever. And he just said he didn't really want to go down there, but he forgot it was 35 laps. so he had to save some fuel there, but works for him. I mean, obviously, anytime you can keep the pressure on Chad Griggs like that, that's nothing to hang your head over. So I'm happy with it.
No, yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. I mean, this guy, he's won championships before. But, Ross, you're no stranger to good finishes, man. And you gave us another one here tonight. You really turned the Jets on. And, man, you had him sweating those final couple laps. Hell of a run, Ross. Congrats. You got anybody you want to thank on the P2?
Just Phantom Motorsports guys, Velocity Race Design, everybody at Coast to Coast, keeping the league going, you for putting on the broadcast, and then JRB Designs for the title sponsor for the Renegades.
Well, hey, hell of a run, man. Good luck next week. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
The boss, Ross Corinna, bringing home P2, and now we get to bring up the belle of the ball here. You tried to lie, but I sold you out to everyone. I said, better chance of me losing 100 pounds, brother, than you not being here again. And man, you proved me right. But I heard it wasn't out or without some concern. I mean, I heard we were having to save some fuel there at the end. Did you push it pretty close?
So I completely forgot when I didn't even think about it that Renegades is 35 laps. So I only put in enough for 30 laps. And so I forget what it was. It was about lap 18 or whatever, somewhere around there. We had a caution. I look up and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm 3 laps shy on fuel. And I'm like, ooh, I got to do something different. So that was at that point in the race. That's when you saw me go from ripping the top to I hope and pray there's something on the bottom. And I started running the bottom because I had to, and I had to have help from cautions or there was no way I was even going to finish the race.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, sometimes the cautions burn you, sometimes they help you. And I mean, either way, it would have went back to you, if it would have came out the previous lap before. But, oh, man, how was your heart in your throat there when you almost lost the lead after clipping the inside wall? I mean, that would have been a tough way to lose it.
Yeah, I just had a moment there and completely missed it after running it, 10 laps straight before and getting into a groove. But cautions will do that. You have a caution come out and you just kind of get out of your rhythm and lose your rhythm. And I lost it there. And I was talking to Ross, and I said I did everything in my power to try to give you that race. I don't know how you didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, it's just that skill, Chad. There's no other way around it. I mean, you got a lot of talent able to catch that. And there are a lot of guys who, let's be honest, I mean, if you're over, even 2 laps, I mean, how are you going to save that? There are a lot of guys who will panic, not be able to reel that thing back in, man. But you held on to it and showed why you're one of our best, man. It was awesome to have you back tonight. Loved seeing the dominance out of this 270 again, man. Great run here at the Grove. You got anybody you want to thank?
Again, thanks C2C for putting the league on, you for the awesome broadcast, and my team over at TJM.
Well, hey, hell of a run, man. I know next week's championship week, but hopefully we get you back a little more here in the next season, Chad. Love having you, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Shaggy.
Chad Griggs bringing home the win here at the Williams Grove Speedway to close off your JRB Designs Renegade Sprint Cars. And with that, we close off tonight. I'm Zach Chapman from Shaggy TV, asking you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a show, and have a good evening. Take it easy.